You're so weird.
Oh. Probably start.
Huh? Oh yeah. That's so annoying.
Okay.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, it started. Let's get it going. We've been going for a while, and we've got someone watching. That's us.
It's not us.
It's not us? Hi. So the viewer one is not us. That's someone.
Correct.
That makes me
The viewer 1,000, the 1,000 of them are not us. The 1,000 of them are some other people.
I get it. I get it. More of someone I that was weird last night.
Oh, yeah.
It was like, hey! I'd been drinking, so I was like pretty drunk. I was just like, oh, hi. And I'd been talking to this. Okay, I got a question. What do you do in this situation?
So what happened to you?
What do you do in this situation where you're talking to somebody and you're at a gathering? Because I don't know what the fuck to do in these situations, to be honest. Is when you're talking to somebody, let's say at a party, or you're talking to somebody
Jesus Christ.
after like a play. Pretty much you're
After a play.
Well, like this is when I've had the situation.
Yeah.
Where you have someone that you're talking to, and then you have someone else who wants to talk to you. So, like, how do you do like hold on 1 second. Hey, so yeah, I'll talk to you in a second. I'm gonna talk to this person still for a little bit, and then you just talk to this person. Or do you just like talk to this person for like a minute and then be like, hey, okay, I gotta go, and then you go back and talk to this person, or you just ignore them and talk to this person? Like, I don't know what the fuck to do.
Okay, here's when you're talking to the one person and then they're talking and you're not talking, and there's somebody else like right there who wants to talk to you. You just, in the middle of their talking, you just turn to the other person and be like, hey man, how's it going? That's what you do.
That's what it fucking felt like I did last night. I feel bad about it.
Why?
But because
I don't care about that.
Me and this other person have been talking, and then another person comes up and is talking to me, and I was drunk, so I was just like, what? And so, and I'm talking to this person, I was like, oh yeah, I was talking to this person. Okay, yeah, it was cool. And then go.
No, that's fine.
But the person I was talking to is someone who watches this show. And I was like, oh, thank you.
The person you cut off, or the person that you switched to?
The person I switched to.
Oh, yeah.
Watches the show.
That's fine.
And I went back to that person. I was like, sorry about that. I didn't mean to like stop talking or something, whatever.
No, it doesn't matter.
It just weirded me out. So, but honestly, in like real opinion, what do you do, Brett? What
it happens all the time to me when I'm talking to somebody, and then like somebody walks by and that person just in the middle of what I'm saying, it doesn't matter, and they just start talking to the other person.
Really?
Yeah. So it's just like, all right, well, I guess I wasn't that important, but that's okay.
But what if you don't want to be that person that makes people feel like they're not important? What do you do?
Then I guess you just have to be like, hey, just start in 1 second, and then apologize afterwards, like you did.
Okay.
But I wouldn't do that.
Because I don't
think you're gonna make anyone mad.
I think that's along the lines of when you're talking to somebody who you don't want to be talking to,
or
you're not talking to anymore, or like no, not anymore, but like you're done and you want to go do something else. Yeah. Because that happens to me a lot too. I'll be talking to somebody, and then all of a sudden my brain's like, "Yeah, you don't care anymore." And I'll be like,
"Oh my god!"
I'll keep like, "Yeah, okay." Yeah. Like brain wanders off.
That happens to me.
But part of me is like, just be like, don't say anything. Just turn around and walk away.
I mean, when it comes down to it, like whenever somebody starts talking about themselves or sharing about themselves or their past, I just tune right the fuck out.
Really?
Yeah.
Because Brad doesn't give a shit.
I've really stopped caring. You know what I hate about these Facebook people? Nothing. I'm just kidding.
Yeah, nothing? Yeah, get on that.
So, episode 56 of the show with Idaho Brad and men's rights activist Mike. We're here.
So, that's me at the Point Podcast, everybody.
Oh, man.
So,
crazy things.
Very crazy things.
Crazy things.
Crazy things. Like the fact that Brad bought a goddamn fidget spinner, and he gave it to me, and I was spinning it, and then I was like, wait, why the fuck am I still spinning this? I'm just holding something that's spinning.
People
so
like
I
it.
had to put it down.
People like it.
It's so weird that people like it.
Because I was like seeing videos of them, and I was like, well, I want to just hold one day and spin it, but I don't want to wait until I find someone with it. Yeah. So I'm just gonna order it for $6.
Okay, so you're just gonna get it.
Yeah. And it's just gonna look. I have a Rubik's cube. I have a fucking little squishy ball thing, you know.
And you have that little tossy old toy ball thingy.
And it's like these things just after 2 weeks they just go in the drawer and they're in the drawer, right? But then a year later when you find them, you're like, oh yeah,
Spin again.
You know, I like those kind of things, right?
Yeah.
So there you go.
Like a little treasure box.
Yeah. So I'm never gonna get rid of it. It's gonna fucking just sit in a drawer forever, and I'm fine with that.
I guess so.
I'm not a hoarder. I'm just like
a collector of future antiques.
A collector of talking pieces.
Yeah, talking pieces.
Conversations.
There you go. That's good work. I collect those, like when you go to Barnes & Nobles, this is the only place I find them. Or like those weird toy stores that have like alternative toys. Not like a
sex shop.
No, not a sex shop. Like you have Toys R Us and like Walmart, and you got all those toy sections. But then you have like those specialty toy stores that sell like the handmade wood things. You know what I'm talking about? There was one by they're usually really expensive. Okay. So, and the toys in and of itself are kind of like nostalgic based. Like that toy. Like it would have in that store. You know what I'm talking about? Sure. That kind of store. Yeah. Anyways, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I hope.
I don't think there's any here.
There is. Wow. There's one over on by Schweitzer Plaza over in Pandora. I think it's called like Zandoozles or something like that. And it's just like one of those toy stores.
Did you say over in Pandora?
Did I say Pandora?
Yeah, you did.
I'm still hungover. I'm still hungover.
Pandora, isn't that the Avatar world? Drunk.
Yeah. That's the Avatar.
All right, keep going.
Pandora. Not Pandora.
Pandora. Okay. Yeah. I've never been in there, but I'd go.
It's just interesting. It's like a store that you would find like a Jacob's Ladder in. You know what Jacob's Ladder is? Mm-hmm. That little wood. You've played with one, I'm pretty sure. Those little wood things that you turn and it goes, and then you turn it the other way and it goes. It doesn't matter how you turn it. Like it's always like things are just gonna fall.
Yeah, those things are fine.
So and then like they probably have like the puppets, like the string puppets, you know, that kids get every once in a while.
This is just old shit.
Just weird things. Yeah, like your ball thing, like I keep saying, would be in it.
Yeah.
But
go to an Apple store.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spend $4,000 on something. Didn't Apple just say that there's like new product coming out and it's $5,000? It costs $5,000, and they're like, and it seems expensive, but this is why. And it's like, fuck you, Apple.
Yeah.
Like their old slogan used to be like, does more, costs less.
Really?
Yeah, and now everyone's been making fun of their shit, saying how it does less and costs more.
Didn't they have a slogan at one time that was just like think?
I don't know.
Didn't it just say think or something, or think it? Think big?
Think it, think big. Think would be really cool. I think, therefore I am.
Nike. So, think.
Yeah. Nike. I explained. It's just interesting.
Yeah.
Like that was back in the day where the Apple was still like the color, the stripe, the colored ones. So
fucking long.
Back when Apple was more pro LGBT rights, so not so much white power. So as it is now, shown by the perfect white apple that costs that much money. Just joking.
Fucking Apple, dude.
Oh gosh,
dude. So, where do I start here? That's my question.
I don't know. Where do you start?
I've been doing really good this year in gambling.
Yeah.
Right, and I think I'm almost at the point where I could write a book about it. I think I'm totally at the point where I could write a book about relationships. The book would be called like the Yes Theory or something like that. Mm-hmm. The Yes Theory. And it would be relationship advice.
The Yes Theory.
Yeah.
Is this anything like that movie Yes Man?
Kind of.
So Jim Carrey just has to say yes to everything?
Sort of, but not really. Not really. Okay. But anyway, gambling, like, I've only gambled on 2 days this year. And so far this year, I'm positive like $250. Mm-hmm. Right? I haven't lost that much. I gambled on the Super Bowl day where I placed like 10 bets. And then I gambled this past Wednesday on Game 3 of the NBA Finals, and I won $60.
Not bad. High money, big money, everybody.
It was a pretty good bet, like, because I cleaned up on the Super Bowl, right? And then this Wednesday I made a bet of $60, and I took the over. Because right now it's the NBA Finals are currently happening, Golden State and Cleveland, LeBron James, and I could either pick Golden State to win or Cleveland to win, or I could have picked the over-under of 227 points, right, combined between two teams. Mm-hmm. you place a bet on whether they're going to go over or under that.
Mm-hmm.
So they'd lit it up the game before that, and then that was the first game that was going to be in Cleveland of the final. So I was like, all right, they're going to light it up again. I'm taking the over, and I freaking won. It was a good bet. And
Good work.
the problem with betting, my failures in betting before is like usually I'll overanalyze the game.
Mm-hmm.
That's the problem. Once your mind gets into it and you start overanalyzing and looking up stats and looking up highlights and looking up sports talk shows and hearing commentators talk about it and them make their predictions and shit, you like that's when you get all fucked up with betting. You have to just go with your gut and fucking just go with your instinct over mind when it comes to sports betting anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And I'd much rather gamble on sports than like casino games.
Oh, I totally
by a
agree.
long shot, yeah.
Yeah, for some reason, like just the idea of gambling on a machine, it seems fucking weird.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And like how they're gonna be like, oh, we don't rig anything. It's like how am I gonna fucking know as a customer just sitting there do poking and the lights and this disgusting
And the casino
smell of
always
smoke.
keeps like remodeling and adding on other wings of the casino and like
Yeah.
adding more pools, and you're like, the fuck?
Oh man, I've never spent any time in Vegas, so I don't know much
Neither
about that.
have
And I avoid casinos.
But there's a room in Vegas which is the sports gambling room, right? Where and I've seen pictures of it because my buddy went there before.
Does it look like the Wall Street room, but it's all just sports though?
It's like it looks like almost a movie theater, but
Sorry,
the on your seats there's like tables in front of you and stuff, so you can have drinks and stuff, and then there's just TVs everywhere,
Yeah.
so you can just gamble on all the sports, and just place all your bets on your little screen in front of you, and then like sit back and watch the games, kind of thing.
That actually sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it does.
Like walking there with like $50 or something, or $100 because I'm poor.
Yeah,
So it's-
like you guys have fun going to play frickin' blackjack. I'm gonna go to the sports room and make some money.
I like that. That sounds way more fun
Yeah,
than just like
just can't let your mind get to you.
freaking doing the stats and stuff. Just go
Instinct.
with your instinct.
Yeah,
your
keep it simple.
intuition.
Keep it simple. And I'm not saying you're going to win every time, but I'm just saying that's the system that works for me,
Yeah. I used to say that betting on gambling was always stupid because you had all these like crazy odds.
Betting on sports?
Betting like on like the gambling machines or the card
Oh, yeah,
games
yeah,
because
yeah.
you have like all these like not statistics but mathematics that go into this equation that
Yeah.
makes you get like this many odds.
Yeah.
And I always thought betting on sports was better because you have like one team and another team.
Right.
So you have 50-50. One's either going to win
You would think
or
so.
it's going to lose.
Right.
And then it hit me one day. I was like, well, I guess that's all gambling. You're either just going to win or you're going to lose. So it's 50-50 still.
Yeah.
Just make it stupid simple. But
It's not 50-50, though.
on
But
sports,
it feels like it.
it feels like
I don't know if
how
it
could
is
it
on
not be 50-50? I don't know. Like how do people? Who's the person that says like, oh, this team is most likely going to win, so if you bet on this team, the underdog, then your chances are like, how does it work?
Well, Vegas sets those odds. Like that 227 points that I took the over-under on, that over-under number is different for every game.
Yeah.
It's different if the Stars are playing or not, if one guy's fucking ankles hurt, whether the game's here, whether the game's there, whether there's weather, like when it happens, that number changes for all those things. But somebody sets that number, and I believe it's the people working in that sports room in Vegas.
It's like how do you set the number though? Like what's the point system they use? It's just something that none of us think about.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But someone has to fucking do it. Someone gets paid to say,
Right.
oh, this fight that's coming up in September that I'm going to fucking watch, and it's going to be like only the third UFC fight I've ever paid to watch. And no, the second, it's the Mayweather and McGregor fight.
I don't think that's happening.
It says it's happening in September. I'm fucking down.
I don't think it's happening.
Why would it not happen?
I think that's just, it's not true.
How can it not be?
I don't know.
I want it to be. I do.
I would want it
Just
to be
see
too. I want it to be
McGregor
too.
It would just be amazing.
Yeah.
And both of them would make stupid amounts of money doing it.
So much money.
So why wouldn't they do it?
And I don't know if I'd gamble on that or not.
Yeah? Why not?
I won money off Floyd Mayweather before.
Mm-hmm.
But
Did
I
you
don't
bet
know.
on the Pacquiao fight, whatever it is, Pacquiao?
Yeah.
So where they got that new saying, hug like a bear, run like a chicken?
Never heard that
For
before.
Mayweather? I
Yeah.
heard it. They were yelling that after the match.
He won, didn't he?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you won.
I won too.
All strategy, not a knockout,
Big
but a
money.
strategy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to think about it. Like how upsetting it must have been for everybody to watch that fight happening, and everyone's expecting like this fucking Rocky movie slug out or Raging Bull. I watched Raging Bull the other day,
Really?
that Robert De Niro movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
So it's totally fucking different than I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah.
But in these fighting movies, like these people just slug the fuck out, and you don't see that in actual boxing.
No.
Not at all.
Not anymore.
Yeah, I mean, oh well.
Fuck, dude.
Train of thought running out. Jesus Christ.
So I'm writing a relationship book and a gambling book.
Nice.
Yeah.
So I like this. He's an entrepreneur, everybody. He's a go-getter.
Yeah, dude.
So I'm listening to all that Gary V he listens to.
Dude.
Mm-hmm.
So applying for jobs, right?
Yeah.
Sometimes, this happened to me a lot, where you have a bad day at work. So you go home, you sit down on your computer, and you go look for jobs. Right? Mm-hmm. And you scroll down a couple of jobs.
Oh, excuse me, everyone.
And none of them are good. So you're like, all right, my job's better than all these jobs on here. Fuck it. Exit out of your browser, go back to your life. But sometimes you try a lot harder than that. And by a lot harder than that, I mean you sit down for like 6 hours and frickin' make like a dozen different resumes, and you look on all these different sites like Indeed.com, Monster.com, Craigslist, Department of Labor sites. Now, if you're looking for a job, wherever you're looking for a job, advice for people, the Department of Labor site is the best site out of all the sites, right?
Really?
Yes. By thousands and thousands of percentages. Way better. Like, so what you do, if I want to look for a job in Salt Lake City, I go to Utah Department of Labor website. And then it says, where do you want to look for a job? I type in Salt Lake City zip code, and then there's all the jobs. And you can filter by pay, filter by, like, experience required, filtered by whatever, part-time, full-time. And they have all the jobs, right? Because if you find a job on, like, Indeed or Monster or Craigslist, it's already on the Department of Labor site.
Yeah.
So that's the main hub. But, so I go over to Monster, and I made a frickin', you can make a resume on there and a whole profile, upload a picture, tag all your previous jobs in it, make a list of skills so that when employers are searching on there for skills, your shit comes up. And then on the, do you remember Monster?
Yeah.
The job hunting site?
Yeah.
It was around like 10 years ago or whatever, but they're still around. And so I downloaded the app on my phone for Monster. Go on there, go on the app, because what you should do is you should go on a computer, like a desktop, and frickin' make your shit on there, and then you should download the app, because you can't really do this on the PC or on the computer, in my opinion. I don't think so. You download the app, then you go on there and you type in which zip code of the area you want to find jobs at. So you type in, like, say, Salt Lake City. Mm-hmm. And then what happens is, boom, a job comes up on your screen in the app. It shows the pay, shows the job description, the job title, and then you can either swipe left or swipe right on that job. It's like the Tinder.
It's like a Tinder of jobs.
And I was so impressed by this.
Wow.
So I swipe left. It's like, we need a registered nurse. Left. We need a dishwasher. Left. And you can just go left, and then you see one that you could apply for. Mm-hmm. You see one that you like, so you go right, and when you swipe right, it automatically sends your whole resume you built to that employer. Mm-hmm. Pew, just like that. So you can literally apply for 20 jobs in 20 minutes.
Wow. That sounds fucking handy.
It's like Tinder, where you could just sit there and go right. If you're really desperate, and you don't care if you send a resume to a hospital that you have for a surgeon that you have no experience for, fuck it. You're only going to waste their time, not yours. Fucking just sit there, right, and just apply for like all the jobs in the world.
Jesus Christ.
And then Monster also sends you emails whenever your resume has been viewed. If it was viewed more than once by somebody. Because with mine, it was like, your resume got viewed once. You should be excited. And then it was like, your resume got viewed twice by the same employer. Like, that only happens to 15% of people. And then it was like, your resume got viewed 3 times by the same employer. Like, this only happens to 3% of people. And you're like, oh, shit. Like, this person's on top of me. So then you go research them and stuff like that. So I was very impressed by Monster, their whole app setup.
Yeah.
Right?
That sounds amazing. To be able to build a profile.
Yeah.
That is pretty much just a digital, easily viewed and understood resume.
Yeah.
That even includes like your picture.
Yeah.
And easily updatable by you. And to just be able to instant send that to somebody. Just like right away, be like, oh,
Yeah.
we're looking for person data entry for such
Yeah.
and such. You must need this, and you're like, oh, got it. Boom, just boom,
Done.
and then they see it,
Yeah.
and it tells you that they're looking at. Because that's one of the most fucking frustrating things is people. You never hear back from people you apply
Right.
to whether
Right.
they've looked at your resume or not.
Right. That is frustrating.
So, but this way, you actually can see.
Yeah.
Like, how fucking handy is that? That's amazing.
It's handy. And on sites like Indeed, which is a very good site as well, in my opinion, and Indeed, Monster, and the Department of Labor, at least in your area, you can upload resumes, build resumes on there, and whole profiles, and be searchable.
Wow.
Right.
Man, that comes in handy for anyone out there looking for a job.
Yeah.
There you go.
And there are so many jobs. So many jobs. It is ridiculous how many there are. Like, because I've spent a considerable amount of time searching. Like, I mean, like, a lot of time, right? Hours and hours and hours. And there's a lot of jobs. But the thing is, like, out of 100 jobs, there may be, like, one of those that would be, like, something you would actually desire, right? There may be, like, 5 of those that would be, like, manageable for you to put up with.
Yeah.
The rest are just, like, there are so many jobs for nurses. Out of 100, like, probably 35 of them are for nurses. And
Oh, yeah.
Another 30 or another, like, 20 of those are for, like, CDL truck drivers, right? In every job market, that's what I'm finding. It's crazy.
It's like you're either driving something or you're fixing somebody.
Right.
So, and it's crazy because the retention and turnover rate for those jobs are crazy. Like, as far as like nursing, it's a very stressful, very time heavy job.
Yeah.
And CDL is very time consuming as well.
Yeah.
A lot of time away from home.
Yeah.
And you have problems with like your back and stuff like that from sitting for
demanding.
so long.
Both demanding.
So like they're just people are leaving. Excuse me, and coming back.
It's like
or
you can
coming
never
in
you can
at
never
such
have
a crazy rate.
enough nurses, you know?
Yeah.
That's what it seems like.
Apparently. So I heard a while ago, like years ago, there was a problem. Like there was not enough like medical, like people in the medical field. And so like they just freaking slammed advertise and stuff like that. They're like, hey, we need people to go into this field, blah, blah, blah. And so like the nursing now has reached the level where like the hospitals are comfortable.
Well,
but now you're dealing with like people not becoming doctors now. And so, because it's like, what the fuck?
Well, and it's also like a major slam of the nursing industry lately is probably the fact that like 10,000 people every day are turning 65. Because the baby boomers apparently were between 1948 and 1965. People born in that time.
Yeah.
There was that huge swarm of people born in that time. And now all those people are turning 65 like every day. So you just need nurses and nurses and nurses and nurses like crazy.
That is very
But
true.
who wants to be a fucking nurse? Fuck that.
It's hard.
Fuck
you know,
that.
I was thinking about 2 jobs came up, and one of them was both of them are exactly the ones you just mentioned, nursing and then freaking CDL drivers. So, and it came up recently in my thought process because of certain situations. Like one, when you go through nursing or to become a doctor, you have to go through your residency. And this residency is you're like working in a hospital and you're working fucking crazy ass jobs. Like that's what they always show. That's what everyone talks about.
Yeah.
And I've actually known people that are going through it, but it's just absolutely insane. And it made me think, I was like, why would I want somebody who's been sleep deprived to work on my body? Like, since when is it okay to somebody who, because they work like 12-something hour shifts.
Well, why? Is it because there's not enough of them?
I don't know what it is. I think it's like a kind of a baptism by fire, being like, can you handle being in the medical field and blah, blah, blah.
But they don't do that for everybody else.
It's like, why?
They don't do that to like cops. Like when you become a cop, you don't work crazy hours to be like baptized in.
Exactly.
You just get a regular shift.
So, but it's like, why the fuck would I want somebody that hasn't slept a full night in the last week to
finding your vein in your arm?
Finding my vein in my arm. It's like,
No.
what the fuck? Are you crazy?
Yeah.
That's stupid. And so, like, I thought about
That is
that.
weird.
Like, that seems so irresponsible and stupid that they require that.
Yeah.
This residency, this crucifixion of freaking crazy hours and shifts and stuff like that.
I don't know.
So, and then the next one that popped up was the CDL, because to be able to drive a truck, you have to have the current license. You have to do the education. You have to know how to drive it.
Right.
But if you want to drive a 26-foot fucking truck, all you have to go down to is go to U-Haul and freaking sign the little paperwork and then freaking pay them the money. And now apparently you're qualified to drive a giant fucking truck
Well,
on the road.
yeah.
Like, really?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me.
No, that doesn't make sense.
So, or like the fact that there's no seatbelts on school buses.
Yeah,
All
that's
these
weird,
big
too.
things that like you have these laws that are very stringent, and they're like you have to be like you have to do this and you have to do this and you have to have this or otherwise you can't do it. And then there's a circumstance where that's like, oh, except for this, like, oh
Yeah.
no, you can't drive a giant truck and get paid for it unless you have a license.
Why
But
are there
you
no
can pay to
seatbelts on
drive a
school
giant truck.
buses?
Exactly. And you have to buckle your kids up in a freaking 5-point harness in their child seat until they're a certain age. But in school buses, fuck it, whatever. Ooh, some cash got excited.
It's very strange.
So, and then the nurses one. It's just, you want somebody tired working on you? It's like, what the fuck?
I don't want to
doesn't make
deal with
sense.
anybody who is sleep deprived in any capacity. Right.
Because it's just,
I don't want them to be my Uber driver. I don't want them to be work on my car. I don't want them to work on my body. I don't want them to
airplane pilot? You don't want pilot?
airplane pilots.
You don't want pilot to be like
Fuck
that?
that.
Oh man, I haven't slept very well. I've had like 2 hours of sleep in the last 4 days. It's just fly to Chicago, everybody. It's like, fuck that.
Yeah.
Give me the dude that just woke the fuck up.
I think that flight attendants, pilots, Uber drivers, real estate agents,
Nurses.
maybe nurses.
What do you mean? They have to.
No.
Oh, we're talking about sleeping, or are you doing something else
Something
now?
else.
Oh, okay.
Maybe nurses are like the most promiscuous careers.
Like they sleep with the most people?
Yeah.
Oh.
I think
Maybe.
real estate agents for sure,
Yeah?
and flight attendants and pilots for sure.
Just sleep around.
Yeah.
Well, so I guess they have
And
more
I'm
opportunity.
almost thinking Uber drivers now, you know? Mm-hmm. Because it's like, how many Uber drivers out there are getting laid? Like, I'm sure a shitload of them.
Getting laid?
Yeah.
Huh.
Driving
would you say
people
that?
home at the end of the night, you know?
Yeah.
You know, drunk people, 3 o'clock in the morning, driving them to their house. It's like, you want to come inside for a minute?
Hey, you're cute. Let's go inside. Oh, fuck you. Just like, yeah, let's do this. This is why I got into this job.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
It's happening.
I know.
I guarantee you. I know real estate agents.
I know jobs that have like when people are dealing with the same kind of like high stress situations. Like that's why celebrities are always just dating or sleeping with celebrities is because they're the only ones that understand the kind of schedule they go for. But
sure.
doctors and nurses deal with that shit all the time.
Yeah.
Because you're with these people all the time through these crazy life experiences.
Yeah.
And then
Grey's
like,
Anatomy.
yeah, exactly. Fucking soap opera. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy.
So yeah, pilots, that would definitely be one. Anything that has you travel a lot, I
Oh,
bet.
pilots for sure.
Like I bet has a lot.
Pilots are fucking drunk all the time, you know, smoking weed, doing blow off the console in the plane, freaking all
Get
the
in
time.
here, stewardess,
constantly.
flight attendant, snorting coke off her ass
Yes.
or his ass.
Yes.
So you never know. Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I know military has that issue too, as far as like
Really?
promiscuity. Oh yeah, because freaking you're deploying with each other, you're freaking training with each other. It's crazy, man.
Have you ever seen the documentary The Invisible War?
No. Pretty good.
It's very good,
Tell
but
me
it's
about it.
ridiculous. It's about sexual abuse inside the military. It is crazy, dude. It's crazy. It's a good one. That's a good one.
It's what's it?
There's so many documentaries that are like,
Is it on like Netflix or something like that?
I don't know.
The Invisible War.
It's sad, dude. It's really sad because like the military basically, it's like when you have 99% on Rotten Tomatoes. It's like when you have a commander that's like your first supervisor. That you're not supposed to go like above that person or around that person for any kind of thing. You're supposed to just go to that person, and then that person's the one that assaults you, like as a female servicewoman person.
Yeah.
Then you have to go to that person to report the problem, and if you go outside of that person, then you like get in trouble.
No.
Well, apparently that's what happened in these kind of things.
Really?
And I mean, this was made in 2012. I think a lot of these instances kind of happened in like mid to early 2000s kind of thing, which it may be different now.
Dude, let's look up some of the stuff like summary reviews, whatever. Oh yeah, like a trailer. Let's do a trailer. Let's
So
play
the
trailer.
whole, you can find the whole documentary online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's watch the trailer.
Okay, shut up.
I want to watch
The trailer.
Sundance Film Festival 2012, huh? And it's just now getting popular?
No. I
Or
watched
is
it
it
a
just-
couple years ago.
Oh, okay.
You reckon like me talking? Within its ranks, a hidden battle is taking place, one that the military is losing.
Everything changed the day that I was raped.
He hit me in the head and knocked me out.
I remember holding the closet thinking, what just happened?
A month
Oh,
later,
Jesus.
I found out I was pregnant.
If this is happening to me, surely I'm not the only one.
Oh,
16,150 service members were assaulted in 2009.
About 500,000 women have now been sexually assaulted in the U.S. military.
They let this man get away with everything but murder.
They gave him Military Professional of the Year award during the rape investigation. They made it very, very clear if I said anything, they were going to kill me.
Most Americans assume that there is access to a system of justice.
You would think that because the military is about protecting our country, that certainly they would want to protect their own.
We're a country who needs every good soldier to make sure we have a strong military defense. How many women are leaving the military because they've been sexually assaulted or raped?
Civilians see it as being a military problem.
Most rapists are repetitive criminals. They do it again and again.
They go on to literally prey on women and men, girls and boys in our neighborhoods back home.
When does this ever end?
It's very difficult to do a story on the most powerful institution in the world.
The Department of Defense has a history of covering up sexual offense problems. I don't know who you think elected you to defy the Congress of the United States. What is it you're trying to hide?
Wow. The Invisible War.
Crazy.
Jeez, yeah, that's definitely not something you're going to be walking away from freaking all like, hey, it's all happy.
No.
Woo! No, fuck that.
It's a lot. I don't think that trailer did it justice. I think it was a lot better than the trailer, but it is what it is.
Wow. That's...
I love a good documentary, you know?
Yeah, I did. I remember hearing about a situation. I don't think it dealt with rape. When I was getting close to getting out, there was a young woman that had been in our platoon for a while now, been working at the mechanic shop, and she had been, I guess, dating someone of a higher rank in the company, and you're not supposed to do that in the first place. You know,
Gotcha.
Usually they'll kind of like turn a blind eye to it because, you know, people meet and they get married and they start families.
Yeah, for sure.
So, but you're not supposed to. But and this happened so long ago, and I don't remember a lot of the facts. No, she didn't die. So, but some kind of case of sexual harassment was brought up.
Whoa.
And nothing was ever really done about it, as far as I know. And I remember her being really stressed about the fact that like nothing was happening. She's like, I said this and people are talking negatively about me. And I remember thinking like, wow, that's fucked up. That's no way that actually happened, you know? And so you start thinking, it's like, why would they not actually do anything about the problem and just ignore it?
Right.
Unless there really wasn't a problem, like maybe she's making this up.
Right.
Like that's where you go to.
Yeah.
I mean, because you think that something that bad would be taken care of.
Yeah.
So the fact that maybe it wasn't, maybe it was completely ignored, that's just something that I'd never thought about or just hadn't dealt with. And shit, I mean, watching that, but you gotta be careful with documentaries, though. You can manipulate statistics to make something look a certain way.
Yeah, but
still,
you think once it's endorsed by like Sundance and stuff that it's not.
Yeah, like it's got to be pretty legit.
You'd think so.
Yeah, I mean, you would hope so.
Right,
you can't just make this amazing or seemingly amazing documentary and just be throwing out fake facts and shit like that. I mean, you can't do that.
Right.
So, but I just can't imagine how that would be. acceptable in modern day society. Like
Make a
even
fake
with
documentary or the sexual assault?
the sexual assault in the military, because that's one of the things that the military is really about. It's about like protecting your own. It's about doing the best that you can. And obviously you have your own, like, you know, people try to watch their backs and, you know, line their pockets. I just can't imagine that someone would actually ignore a rape situation. You know, why would that happen? That's sad. That would be an eye-opening documentary to watch.
I don't know.
War.
Yeah, it's
I
good.
really appreciate you showing me.
I don't know why people would ignore it. But it happens all the time.
And I'm going into the military, and I want to get into the Justice Department. So, well, maybe I can help change that in the future.
There's that one crazy Last Podcast on the Left episode.
Love those guys.
It's called Satanism in the Government, I believe.
Satanism in the government?
Or the Satanic Government or something like that. And it's not really about Satanism. It's about, like, massive pedophile rings inside the government.
Oh, gross.
And it's like,
isn't
it is crazy. It made me go like out loud, like, what? You know? Because I was like, what the fuck?
It's like that island you were showing me a long time ago with where Bill Clinton flew there and something like that.
I mean, these are stories of like a 19-year-old boy will just like show up at a house, show up at a house somewhere, or like walk into a gas station and he's like dehydrated and malnourished and shit, and he's like, I was kidnapped when I was like 2 years old, and like I've been like held captive by like all these fucking powerful senators and shit, and it's like holy shit. And
now I'm a legal adult and I'm no longer desirable.
And then
they threw me out. Why wouldn't they just kill him?
Well, right. Well, like maybe he escaped or something.
Shit.
And then he like tells stories of like other kids and stuff, and you're just like, holy fucking shit. But he like testifies in court, and it's like you can like look the shit up, but like nobody even talks or knows about stuff like that. It's crazy.
Plus, why would you want your little sex slave to be malnourished? Wouldn't you want them to be like in tip-top shape? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. Like, wouldn't you want them to be like the cream of the crop? Like, they get the best food and the best exercise, so they're always at like peak performance level. I mean, why would you want someone who's sick and hungry?
I don't know, dude.
That doesn't make sense.
Sick and hungry.
Oh, I love my sex slaves to be all sorts of malnourished. I mean, they got them scabies and, you know, all that, everything. And what not scabies, the scurvy, because they don't got their vitamin C and all their teeth fucking falling out. That's when it really gets hot.
Yeah.
You know, fuck yeah. Love a good old sex slave without his teeth. That's the best.
The dark side of
what
Santa
the
Claus.
Fuck? That's a good one. Dark side of Santa Claus
That sounds
episode.
good.
Yeah, it's funny. So that's an interesting episode or a podcast. Have I told you about the Risk one?
Satanism in the Government. It's a 3-parter.
Damn.
That's 3 hours. Fucking crazy.
What? That's one Joe Rogan episode.
In this,
fucking hell, man.
2-part series. The first of a 2-part series, we blow the lid off of the satanic child pedophile ring elements of the United States government, starting with the possibly satanic founding fathers and the occult layout of Washington, D.C., going all the way to Michael Aquino and the CIA front, known only as the Finders. Creepy shit.
Oh, man. You know, there's got to be so much shit that goes on that we don't think about and we don't know about.
Oh, yeah.
No one wants to think about.
Yeah.
No one could think about.
I don't think about it. I don't think about a lot of things.
Like,
I don't think about abuse in like any form. Ever.
At all?
It never occurs to me.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It just doesn't get to you.
I just don't ever, it doesn't ever cross my mind. But then you read the statistics and you're like, you see things like 1 in 4 kind of thing, 1 in 2, 1 in 10, and you're like, I know a lot of people, you know? But I don't even think about it.
And it's not just other people. You're one of those people. So you're the
right.
the 3. You're one of the 3 that never deals with it.
Right.
So you're like, wait a minute, I'm part of that equation. Oh, 3 in 10 boys are sexually molested as they're growing up.
Right.
And you're like, shit, I'm one of the lucky 7.
Right.
Woo! You know.
But I know, like, I could list 100 people that I know.
Mm-hmm.
You know? I mean, not like know well, but know. It's fucking crazy shit.
Yeah, there's stuff. I guess at some point you gotta help not help. You've got to manage the info that you're taking in or the info you're wanting to take in, because you couldn't live a life just constantly thinking about, there's a woman who's getting raped in the military. There's kids being kidnapped.
Fucking dogs being killed.
Wars, dogs being killed. Fucking animals being slaughtered horribly. Chickens shoved in boxes, and and kids being hungry, and you just keep going. You keep going, and eventually you just couldn't do anything. So you have to
You have to
apartment.
No,
what's the word I'm trying to say?
Compartmentalize or whatever.
Yeah. You know the word I'm trying to say,
yes.
right? But we can't fucking say it.
No.
What is wrong with us? Compartmentalize.
Compartment.
Yeah, compartment. The mentalizing of compartments.
Arrange.
So,
dude,
you have to do that.
Yeah.
You have to put like little things in your brain, in a little warehouse, and you have to put it away. And then if you do want to think about it, then you got to go upload that shit. It's just like your brain's is like a fucking computer screen.
Yeah.
I mean, you can just have it blasted with everything you just can't see. And then you can have like, okay, that. Like mine would be like family, bills, fitness, military, fun. Like all these things that are always constantly on my mind that I got to think about.
Yeah.
So then you got like podcasts, and job search, and freaking fidget spinners. And then there's a big picture of cash. There's a big picture of cash on your screen.
Yeah.
So, and then you've got your little box down in the corner that is your gambling, whatever, your stuff. And drumming. You got drumming one. And then what was the other stuff you do?
I hate it all.
Your stocks. You got a little window for your stocks. So that's how we look at the world in a way.
Yeah. It's craziness.
It is crazy.
Dude, there's an epidemic in this country of people standing too close to people in lines. Because whenever I find myself in a line, like here's the thing. Standing in a line. You know what I'm talking about? This happens at the grocery store, the bank, DMV, like you name it. There's a lot of lines happening in this country. Mm-hmm. Restaurants,
Yeah.
People standing too close to me behind me. And it fucking drives me nuts. And if I was king, those people would be killed. And one day, I don't know who's going to be behind me, but I'm just going to turn around and fucking just swing. I don't care who's behind me. It's a problem, and it's stupid. And people should be thanking me for being behind me in line. Because I am the best person to be behind in line.
Because you're quick?
Very quick.
You know what you're ordering
when
you get up there?
Yes. I don't care where I'm at, whether I'm at the grocery store, whether I'm at the DMV, wherever I'm at in line, I'm going quick. Mm-hmm. My shit's not going to take as long as the average person. I mean, it's not going to be like instant, but it's going to be below average or above average as far as time goes. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah.
And I'm also going to provide plenty of space between me and the person in front of me. What are you afraid of? Are you afraid someone's going to fucking cut in front of you? Are you afraid that... Why do you have to be so close to me? Do you feel like that's getting you there quicker? Because it's not.
What is your space? Like, what would be Brad's perfect space?
Like, of a measurement?
Yeah, like, is it like 1 arm's length? Like, all around you? So, there's that video of that dude walking through the city, and he's got that fucking harness with the bar around him.
Yeah, I like it.
And I would love to see someone just grab it and fucking yank his ass off the sidewalk.
Yeah.
Because it's fucking stupid.
Like halfway,
you, like you're
halfway
important.
from me to you right now. Half of that.
Is how far away you should be?
Yeah.
In a line?
Mm-hmm.
That's excessive.
Do you think that crimping the line together is going to make it move any quicker?
No.
Of course not. So fucking give me some space.
But I don't think the fucking line should go out the front door with 10 people. Oh, there's 10 people in line. Oh, by the way, 6 of them are standing outside.
I don't mind standing outside. It's so stupid.
What if it's raining?
I don't mind.
So
I walk around. I went on a hike in the rain. I walk around in the rain. It's fine. A little water never hurt anybody.
That's not true. What about what's his name? Leo in Titanic. Water was hurting a lot of people.
Yeah, it was.
Just killed a lot of people.
Dude, it's an epidemic, and I'm against it.
I agree.
So,
I think someone that's like
personal
space.
space.
You're staying in line, and they're like right behind. I'm just like, I will fucking kill you.
I had it before where she had like some lady had like a magazine open, and it was like touching my back.
Really?
Yes. So I just I wasn't gonna like take a step forward to acknowledge that it was bothering me. I just stood there and just like
slowly
just let the blood pressure rise.
So what did someone say the other day?
I'm gonna start saying
thoughts.
something.
Yeah.
Or something. I gotta start doing something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get like that.
What am I supposed to say though?
Excuse me, you're too close.
That sounds so bad.
It's direct and it's to the point, and you were polite about it. It's like, excuse me, you are too close.
It sounds like I got issues if I say that.
That's true, because you do have issues. So, we all have it. I don't like it when
maybe I'll just turn around and I'll stand backwards in line and just stare at them, and they won't stand as close to me then.
Do it.
You know what I'm saying?
You should do it.
They're only standing close because it's the back, not the front.
Mm-hmm.
If I turned around and just stood there, they would like take a couple steps back and then like be like weirded out.
Yeah, that might make you look a little bit more crazy than just saying, excuse me, you were too close.
Yeah.
But I like that.
Yeah.
That's very passive-aggressive. I like that.
I like that. That's good.
Do you get weirded out when people like walk too close behind you?
Yes.
Because I hate it when people walk behind me. Like close. And not like, oh, we're like going in the same direction, kind of like in a straight line kind of thing. That kind of doesn't bother me. But if like I'm in a grocery store and I'm like walking and there's someone close behind me and I turn down the aisle and they turn down the aisle behind me, then I'll just fucking stop and turn and look at them until they walk past me.
Let them pass.
Like I will like get the fuck past me. Like I don't like people behind me.
No.
So
no, me neither.
It just weirds me out. Get the little heebie-jeebies. It's like, get the fuck away from me.
It's like we go on a hike, me and Cash. We get to the top, we sit down, enjoy the view, eat a power bar, eat a dog treat. Right? He eats the power bar, I'd eat the dog treat.
Yeah.
And then some girl comes
straight.
up and sits on a rock, and she's on her phone, and she's eating a sandwich, and she's sitting over there on a rock, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we're all just minding our own businesses, whatever.
And then you fuck.
And then I push her off the cliff.
Oh, you went morbid. See, mine was much more entertaining for everybody in the scenario.
Yeah.
So, does anyone else do this? Am I the only one that just pushes people off cliffs after hikes? I find it really relaxes me.
Anyway,
Nature.
So then Cash and I get up to leave because I'm like, she moves a lot faster than me. I could tell. She's like a hiker. I'm like, I'm working my way through the hike. So I'm like, if I let her leave first from the top of this mountain, then I'm gonna. Oh no! If I let her leave first, that's what I need to do because then she won't pass me. She'll be clear to go.
Yeah.
But then it was taking so long. I was like, all right, Cash and I are just gonna leave, and hopefully, like my pace will be fast enough that even if she gets close, she'll probably stay up here for like 20 minutes, and she won't be able to catch up.
Mm-hmm.
So Cash and I get up to leave and walk away, and as we're walking past her, he like runs up to her, gets up on her lap, and like sticks his like mouth right in her face.
Really?
And she's like, oh. And I'm like, come on, Cat. And we go and keep walking. And I'm like, fucking just no personal space on you, huh? Like, it doesn't even matter. Just right up in people's faces, strangers' faces. So that's like a dog. So these people are like dogs. Like animals. And I mean that as a pure insult.
But they're fucking animals.
You know, the people in lines.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, even like other animals.
Because I'm not going to just go stick my face in her face. You know?
Hi.
That'd be insane. Yes.
Hi.
No.
You like this mountain too? This is a pretty mountain.
No.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Well, we do weird things too.
I hate people. People need to stop having babies.
No.
People need to be. You need to go through.
I think dumb people need to stop having babies.
You need to go through a 18-month course in order to apply for a permit to have a child.
I agree. I'm fucking on board with this.
You go through the course.
I'm fucking on board.
You go through the course, then you apply,
mm-hmm.
and then you can be told whether you can or cannot.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
They do. We can even go really creepy with this, but I think it's for the betterment of mankind. Then we go into genetic testing, and they test your genetics, and if you have some kind of genetic flaw, and I'm not talking about like, like your nose is going to be a little longer than, no, not that kind of shit.
It's a slippery slope.
Not opinionated genetic flaws. I'm talking about like, you have a predisposition to give birth to individuals with this deformity or this disability. So, yeah, sorry.
So what do you classify as a disability?
Your human factory is broken.
I think that's a slippery. I think you're going too far.
How is that too far?
Because what's a disability? If everybody in your family and extended family all has clinical depression, can you now no longer have a child?
Oh, I guess that's true.
So where's the disability?
Mental things, yeah, because then you're going to mental things.
Because you can't say that because think of all the inspirational, amazing people that have been diagnosed with depression at one point.
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I guess that's true. I'm not talking about so much.
But when you're talking about physical shit,
I'm talking about like physical stuff.
But that's the slippery slope as well.
That's true. But there's got to be a way.
Because there's great people who are like stuck in wheelchairs, right?
That are blind or deaf, obviously. Yeah. I understand that.
Right.
I'm talking about like these poor. Never mind. I guess it is just a slippery slope of thinking as far as like testing genetics. But yeah, you should have to go through some kind of licensing program. You should have to go through evaluations, not only psychological evaluations, but financial evaluations and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So that's what we got to do.
Yeah.
And that will stop these fucking retards from having 17 kids out in the middle of the fucking forest.
Yeah.
Or freaking, it's just, you can't. And everyone, like, we all are given something at birth.
Yeah.
That makes us infertile until we're given something
I don't know about
after
that
qualification. Either. Well, how are you going to stop people from having babies?
I don't know. Because I had this conversation with somebody and I was like, I don't know how you would stop it. Or how you would...
It's got to be some kind of medical procedure.
How you would punish it. Because it's like, okay, if they have the kid without taking the class, now you're going to take the kid away from them?
Yeah, you can't take the
that
kid
doesn't
away
make
from them.
sense. You're going to fine them? That's not going to help
Then
the problem.
Yeah, it endangers the kid.
You're going to put them in jail? That's not...
It should be some kind of procedure. Like, I think they should tie the tubes for the guys and the girls, like the tubes from the ovaries and the tubes from the testes. That way everyone is pretty much sterile. And then after you have qualified for having a kid, you have your license to have a child, which would be dope. So like licensing seasons, everyone's just fucking. So, but license season.
Then you could put it in the kid's face when he's old enough. Be like, look,
fucking did I 16 months for this shit. No, and
you can't tell me what to do. Yes, I can. Right here.
Right, fucking right in that line, the one that's really circled because I was waiting for this moment. No, but then you go into the procedure, and it's free. The procedure's free, and then they untie. And then they fuse it back together, and now
I don't know,
you
man.
can have kids. Why the fuck not? Where are the disadvantages? All it's going to do is avoid
it's invasive.
compulsory... Fuck it, I don't give a shit.
It's like an invasive procedure to make it mandatory that you're tying these people's tubes.
I don't fucking care. If it's everybody, then it's not fucking abnormal.
Right.
Everyone deals with it. And then you're not dealing with freaking children produced by rape, so you don't got women that have to deal with that. You won't have to deal with this whole freaking abortion issue, which is one thing.
Right.
You know, unless obviously the woman like has a baby, then there's complications, and then you have to deal with that. But you won't have to deal with any of that crap. That will be all out of the window because you could only have a kid when you fucking qualified and absolutely want one.
So my tubes are the procedure's done, right? And I'm an adult now.
Yeah.
And I can't have kids, you know.
Nope.
So, and I find someone I want to have kids with. And we go through the course and we get the permit and we're granted you can have, yes, you're allowed to have a kid now. We go in and get the procedure done. We create the kid, conceive the child, then what? Do you have to go back and get the procedure done again?
Yeah.
Oh God.
What's the care? You're not gonna feel anything. Everything's taken care of. You get the painkillers all taken care of. You get leave of absence from work paid.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna be like a day or two for a guy.
Yeah.
And then for the girl, I don't know how long it'll be for a woman.
No, who knows?
So, especially because they could scope that. I mean, they don't have to like chop her up, fucking get her weighed open to do it. Like you just scope it. So yeah, you get 2 paid days.
Yeah.
From work. You get free medication for the pain and all that stuff, and the whole procedure's paid for.
And then there's a limit of children as well. You can only do this twice
I think so.
or 3 times.
Yeah, depending.
2 or 3.
I would say 3.
That's what I say.
Let's say 3.
Yeah.
I say 3 because then you gotta have the middle child. Every family needs to experience the joys of the middle child.
I don't know about that. So, I make my limit at 2.
So
no 3.
I don't know, man.
That's the problem.
At 2, I guess that's true. You replace each person in that thing. Well, then you'd have a population freeze. Just bam. Like population, we would hit a plateau and we would stay there.
Yeah. And there wouldn't be backed up traffic and freaking huge long lines everywhere.
I guess you're dealing with deaths, though. Random deaths. All that kind of stuff.
I don't know.
Yeah. You know, going to traffic, I think that we need to take care of all parking and put all parking underground in a city.
Yeah.
All parking underground. And that leaves so much more room for activities.
Yeah.
There's all this room for
Because there was a dog fight once with 3 dogs that I was trying to break up, and the problem with that is you only have 2 hands. That's the problem. So
do it.
That's the that would, in my opinion, would be the problem with children or dogs. Shouldn't have 3 dogs. Shouldn't have 3 kids. You only have 2 hands. So if you have to go like this, you can't. There's a 3rd dog there that was now still attacking one of them.
Oh, shit.
So then I'd let go of one and grab him, and then the other one would get into it, and then I was like, I need a second person here, right?
I need help.
Yeah. So it's like, okay, you got to cap it at 2 dogs. 2 dogs, 2 kids. That's just where but I'm only from a 2-child household, so
I'm from a household of 5.
Right.
5 kids.
Right.
So there's this comic Baby Blues that came out, and one of the little omnibus of all the comics and everything in it.
Yeah.
One of the titles was "One More and We're Outnumbered," and the picture is of the dad chasing the daughter that's obviously just gotten out of the tub and he's trying to catch her, and then the mom's holding this baby that's throwing up, and it's like, one more and we're outnumbered. It's like, fuck that. I have 3.
It's true.
I have the perfect number. I've got 3 boys.
Yeah.
Boop, 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 boop. Middle child.
Yeah.
Love it.
I was thinking the other day, and I don't want to get into this topic because I just don't.
Bring it up.
I'm going to shoot myself in the mouth.
Don't bring it up.
Well, because you were talking about how you don't understand like transgender stuff.
Yeah, I'm still on that quest, everybody. I still am.
I don't want to go down that road. I don't want to go down that road.
Well, then don't.
Okay, because we have, but it's
no, fuck it. Okay, we won't talk about it, but what are you thinking?
Because I was thinking about so many people that I don't understand. You know, like transgender people, gay people, like even like a teenage girl with a fucking body image disorder. I don't understand that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. People with addictions. Do you understand? Like, can you wrap your head around addictions? Okay.
Yes, I'm an addict.
Okay. Guess that's true.
Cigarettes.
To cigarettes and fidget spinners.
Not fidget spinners.
Fucking gambling.
Cash. Hey, look, I've gambled twice this year. It's June 11th. So you decide if I'm an addict or not.
No, you're not.
I would say no.
You're not an addict.
Right, exactly. Cigarettes, yes, I'll tell you that. I'm an addict for that. Fucking for sure.
Damn.
So yes, I can wrap my head around that. But it's like, I can't understand like how a girl could be bullied about her body. It doesn't make sense to me. But I'm very aware that it's a very real thing, right? It can drive someone to kill themselves. That's how real it is.
I don't see how they can. I don't understand how they get that far, though.
It happens, though.
Yeah.
But I don't understand it. You know? There's a lot of things I don't understand. But I'll accept everything.
It's about learning. You got to learn.
Yeah, I guess.
Got to go out there. We are fortunate that we live in an age where we have the all-powerful oracle that is Google.
Yeah.
That you can freaking look up and try to find as much information as you can. Because back in the day, you just sit there and be like, I don't understand it. Oh, well.
Yeah.
That's it.
And if you didn't know anybody that had it or whatever, or dealt with it, then you were just fucked.
Or you didn't have a library nearby.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking like old times where like books were rare. Like, and you had to be very influential to even get close to them.
Yeah.
So, but now we live in an age where you can try and learn it up. And I think it's great that we understand that we have these areas that we're lacking knowledge, and we try to understand it.
Yeah, for sure.
So when you were thinking about the girls being abused by their body image and that leading them to suicide, like what brought that to mind?
I don't remember.
Yeah, just popped in there.
Yeah, I watched this.
Wham! Think about this.
I watched this shitty Adam Sandler movie called, I forget what it was called.
Shitty Adam.
It dealt with a bunch of crazy issues. This is actually a pretty crazy movie.
Was it Click?
He was barely even in it.
You're talking about Reign Over Me?
Nope.
That's a badass Adam Sandler movie. By the way,
I like that movie
with Don Cheadle. It's freaking dope.
Yeah, that's like it's not that good, but it's like
What do you mean it's not that good? I loved it. I thought it was amazing.
Men, Women, and Children, right here.
Men, Women, and Children.
It's actually a pretty fucking crazy movie. And he's barely in it. I mean, they use him as a huge part of like the advertising, but he's barely fucking in it.
Is he the dad?
He's a dad.
A dad?
Yeah.
Can we watch the trailer?
32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Like,
damn,
it's shitty. But I thought it was just like it showed the stories of a lot of different people. You know. Jennifer Garner. I fucking hate Jennifer Garner.
Oh damn! time I was showing all the text messages that everyone, because it's like it's everyone's walking, like the screen showed everyone walking, then you're seeing what they're looking at on their phones.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
What would you do to me if I was tied up? This is crazy shit. Dirty pictures and shit. This housewife's like going on like dating sites and hooking up with people. These kids are all like sexting people. Jennifer Garner's freaking hacking her daughter's Facebook messages.
What is this?
Adam Sandler's looking up escorts.
Oh, dude, they're both sad relationship.
Yeah, dude.
Did he really just do the fuck? Oh wow, this looks like a deep sad.
It's deep. It's not that sad. I mean, it's kind of sad.
Wow.
It's craziness.
Discover how little you know about the people you know. Jesus Christ. Ain't that true? Ain't that fucking true? Everyone's going through their own story. Everyone's living their own life.
I don't even think about it.
No. Yeah. You can't.
You can't.
You can't live if you were thinking about it.
I know. So I'm pretty sure the circus is coming to town.
I heard about that, which is...
Is it coming to Bonners Ferry or to Sandpoint?
I don't know.
Because I saw a flyer for Bonners Ferry Circus. But then I heard people talking about this, a Sandpoint one.
Is it at the fair? It'll probably be at the fairgrounds.
I don't think I've ever been to a circus.
I hear they're sad.
I've been to like a fair where like
like
a carnival
mm-hmm.
where it's just like rides and booths and stuff.
Yeah.
I've been to that. I'm against that. You know.
Oh.
I'm definitely
Standing
against
in line.
I'm definitely against the rides. Because I don't think
the best part.
I don't think you should go on. I'd rather go on a Six Flags ride than a carnival ride because these rides are like broken down and reinstalled every week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
No, I have a buddy of mine that like his job was he traveled and he like would fix those. So they're kept up pretty well as far as he was saying.
Not for me.
So
Fuck that.
Not good enough for you?
No.
You gotta have perfect maintenance and stuff like that. I get you.
But the circus, I don't think is a very good thing at all.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the animals.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's like SeaWorld.
Oh yeah.
We're all going to hell. We're all going straight to hell.
Because if the lions could do what they wanted to do to me, then they'd fucking eat my ass, and I'm not trying to eat them.
So instead you'll enslave them.
Why the fuck? Like, who cares?
No.
Who cares? No, I think it's fucked up. I think that aspect
you.
of circus is fucked up.
We're all going straight to hell. But I've been to like aquariums, and I love an aquarium.
Yeah.
But I wouldn't go to SeaWorld.
Yeah.
SeaWorld is bad. But aquariums are like, they're fun. I don't know if they're necessarily bad.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Well, I think it's because, like...
Who knows?
An aquarium is fish. I mean, what thought...
Is it bad?
What thinking level, like what intellectual level are fish at? They're pretty much just eat
There's
prey
like
animals.
stingrays and shit there.
Yeah. But still.
I don't know what's in an aquarium.
They don't think about that. I mean, when you think of SeaWorld, you're thinking about animals that think
I'm thinking
a higher
about
level.
whales and dolphins.
Whales, dolphins, seals.
Yeah.
So all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Like they're thinking on a higher level than a fish, which is
Actually,
fish
I
is
don't
like
know if there's
breed,
dolphins in
eat,
aquariums.
breed, eat.
Well, I guess there are.
I've never seen dolphins in an aquarium.
Oh, or at like a SeaWorld.
Yeah, at SeaWorld they do.
Okay.
They're like one of the main staples.
That's no good.
So, but like an aquarium, like everything you're seeing in there is just like eat, breed, eat, breed, eat, breed. That's all fucking, they're just eating machines.
Yeah. So aquariums are okay?
I think aquariums are okay. I mean, they do have,
zoos
they
are
do
not
have
okay.
other things like, I mean, do penguins count? Penguins?
I don't know.
I mean, penguins always seem to be a little happy. And their area is always really cool. They just built a new one in Utah, and they have like otters, and otters are fucking having a blast. Otters are such showboats.
Yeah.
So and the penguins looked like they were pretty chill, but everything else, I don't even think they realize where they are. They're just kind of
good point.
Swim.
But zoos are
eat,
no
breed.
good. Zoos are no good. those things know that they're behind a fucking cage.
Yeah, that's true. They make them really nice now, though. It's not like in the old days where they're just sitting in a caged box.
Yeah.
Just like 10 feet long. They have to just walk in circles.
Yeah.
Now they got big old areas.
Yeah, that's true.
So, yeah, but I heard the circus was coming up, and Nikki, she's been to like a circus, and I haven't. And she's like, it was just sad. Like the animals, it was sad dealing with that.
A circus?
Yeah. Back in the day where you couldn't like look up a picture. Yeah, they were cool. They were a staple.
Yeah.
Like circus came to town, everyone fucking went to it.
Yeah.
But now it's weird.
And you know what blew up hugely during World War II?
Circuses?
Circuses.
Yeah. Damn.
Distraction. Entertainment.
Keep the masses, keep them fed and entertained, and they will never rise up for something like that.
Something like that.
Damn.
I don't like Kathy Griffin.
I've heard she just fucking murdered her career.
She
because of some joke she did.
No, she did a series of pictures of her cutting Donald Trump's head off.
Yep.
Right? Which, I mean, okay. You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
Well, okay, but you got to expect to be investigated if you do that. Because anyone who makes a death threat against the president gets investigated. Anybody.
No.
Eminem, it happened to Eminem because of lyrics he put in a rap song.
No. I don't think he should be because the president, albeit he's a figure, but his life, in my opinion, does not matter more than mine.
It does, though.
Why?
Responsibility level.
Okay, I get that, but he can be replaced.
So can you.
It's not important. Of course, I can be replaced.
Right.
But his job exists because he's supposed to take care of us.
Right.
Because what else would you have a government if not to govern people?
Right.
So why the fuck would their lives matter more than the people that exist to?
I'm pretty
take
sure
care of?
it's part of law somewhere that if you threaten his life, then the Secret Service has to go through an investigation.
So what if he threatens my life?
An obligation.
What if
there's not a law
Donald Trump
against
came
that?
up and he's like, "Fuck Michael Clark, I'm gonna have your ass killed," and it's like,
well,
okay, I get it, Mr. All-Important fucking orange orangutan. You can threaten me,
Yeah.
It doesn't fucking matter. But if I say fuck you, I want to cut your head off, and now all of a sudden I'm going to prison.
Yeah.
No, that's bullshit.
Well, if anyone threatens your life, you can proceed with some sort of lawsuit, file a police report, any of that shit.
That makes sense.
Because Eminem in a song was like, "If I could snipe tonight, you know who I'd kill." When he did a song about hating George Bush.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
and if you say that, then the Secret Service investigated him. And by investigate, I don't mean they're like raiding your house. It's like they have to do it. It's like a formal like thing.
But that's the start.
You know what I mean?
That's the start of like the 1984 kind of style,
I guess.
where you have, oh well, if we could get your ass in trouble for making a death threat on the president, then what else can we do? So when the politicians start having like better protection than the people they're supposed to be protecting, then you're at this level where they're now more important than the people they work for, apparently. And that's where we are. That's why you got congressmen that have lifelong terms. They get all the benefits.
Yeah.
I mean, they have their own medical coverage, their medical insurance, and we don't. They fucking live in mansions. They travel. They do all this shit.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. Aren't they supposed to be like, I don't know, working for us?
Right.
So now
Servants of the people.
Servants of the people. Well, they sure as fuck not. Now the people are servants of them.
Well, we're all protected.
In some way. Yeah. I mean, if Donald Trump did that, do you think with her head, do you think he would have gotten just as much trouble? Yes,
probably,
I think he would have.
No.
I think he would have.
Well, maybe. He would have got fucking hung by the court of public opinion. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I just don't like her. I just don't like her now.
I don't get it. I've never, well, hold on.
I didn't really like her to begin with.
I never really liked her to begin with.
Right.
And I get this as just like some shock gimmick, whatever kind of comedy thing. So, but I don't see why she would be investigated for doing that.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think if she put like the head up and she went to the video camera like, "We're gonna fucking get you, Trump," then boom, investigate by all means. But this is a shock and awe gimmick.
Yeah, it is.
Fucking
so then there's
what else happened with it? Yeah.
So there's a video.
Oh, she had to apologize.
Kind of.
Oh no.
Hi everybody, I'm Kathy Griffin. I am really nervous right now. I've never done a press conference. I don't really know how they work. Feel free to jump in. What's happening to me has never happened, ever, in the history of this great country, which is that a sitting president of the United States and his grown children and the First Lady are personally, I feel, personally, trying to ruin my life forever. Forever. You guys know him. He's never going to stop. I know him. Trust me, if I could redo...
He is going to stop. In 2 weeks, when nobody remembers this incident, it'll be over with.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So he's going to stop then. He's not going to spend every waking second of his remaining life trying to hurt you.
You never know.
He's going to stop.
He may wake up now and then, like, he puts the Kathy Griffin wig on. He just looks, he's like staring at the mirror before he's all orange, and just looks
before he puts his orange on.
Before he puts his orange on, he just looks at the mirror and he's like, "To destroy your enemy, you must first become your enemy." And then he starts putting lipstick on. It's fucking creepy. Yeah, let's keep going.
The whole thing, I would have had a blow-up doll and no ketchup. And I get what I am. I'm the shiny object. I get it. We all know what's going on here. They're using me as a shiny object so that nobody's talking about his FBI investigation. All right, I get it. I don't think I will have a career after this. I'm going to be honest, he broke me. He broke me. And then I was like, no, this isn't right. This is not right. And I apologized because that was the right thing to do and I meant it. And then I saw the tide turning and I saw what they were doing and I went, oh, okay, they're trying to spin this and they're making it about Darren, and obviously that was never my intent. I would never want to hurt anyone, much less a child, but I started to see what was really happening. And then it was a mob mentality pile-on. And so many people have expressed to me personally across the country at my shows, they're scared. So, yeah, I don't know who's going to arrest me. I don't know.
Jesus Christ.
Fucking true, man.
I don't think you should threaten the president's life. I don't care who the president is. But that's just me. I don't think it's funny. Like, if you were to cut Barack Obama's head off, would that be like a funny thing?
No.
I don't get it.
I don't think it. I think it was
or like hang him in like a tree, like a dummy body, like a fake body,
with a picture of it taped to his face, to its face.
Because you don't like what he's doing, his job. It's like,
yeah,
it's a little extreme. How about you write like a blog about it? Like, do that.
It was, like I said, it was a gimmick done in poor taste, but I don't think she should be crucified for it, obviously. And I sure as shit don't think she should be investigated for it. I think that's stupid.
Yeah.
So, because that's more, like I was saying, that's more protection for somebody who's supposed to be working for you than you have yourself. And at that point, why would they be working for you? Why?
Yeah.
If they get more than you do, then why would they work for you?
We should just be socialists, huh?
I don't know, man.
Communism.
Freaking managing so many humans that have so different thought processes. Like, it's crazy. I don't think we're supposed to be shoved into these large groups that are connected by instantaneous ability to communicate.
No, I know.
I think we should be like in little communities, or I think that's where humans work best, is when they're in little communities.
Yeah.
So, but it's so hard. So to say what government is best, I don't know. Capitalism has its benefits. Freaking communism has its benefits. Socialism has its benefits.
Yeah.
Well, hierarchies, monarchs, all that shit, they all have their benefits, and they all have their
I have no problem with capitalism.
Their cons. Yeah. I have a problem with capitalism.
I don't.
The fact that these people can pay you whatever the fuck they want, which is just ridiculous.
Pay you what you're worth.
They pay what you're worth.
Right.
But then they get to choose what the worth is. Like, we live in Idaho, and we work for a certain company that pays us $10 less at start than if we drove an hour west.
But it's like,
that's when it's fucked up.
I think I know you'll disagree with this, but I think if you look like as the company as a whole, like the financial buildup, and I'm talking about any company, like McDonald's, from McDonald's to like the NFL, you know, I think the employees are sort of paid a good percentage of the profit to the work that they do. I'm not saying it's perfect, but I'm saying it's a good percentage. Those are people who are like, oh, NFL players get paid way too much money. It's like, okay, well, look at the team, like the Dallas Cowboys. Look how much money they bring in every year. Now look at that one player makes $10 million a year, and you'll see that it's a fair percentage.
Interesting.
You see what I'm saying?
I've never looked at it that way.
Right.
But then you also look at certain things like where people are being paid less than for the area that they should be. Like, think about it. McDonald's. Let's start right now. Now, granted, they are just flipping burgers and making fries and pouring your sodas and getting it to you.
Right.
But
That's
I think
worth like $9 an hour.
I think as a culture that's something that's gotten a little weird because they're handling food that's going inside of you.
Yeah, but you got to let's see how much money the store made today. And now we'll break it up amongst people, amongst the power bill, the water bill, fucking the mortgage for the land that you're on, and then now all the employees after you pay for all the food and all that shit. Everyone gets a fair percentage.
No.
The manager needs to get paid more.
No, they don't.
And the guy who's taking the orders
owns McDonald's.
Yeah. He gets a percentage too.
He can go buy a solid gold fucking yacht right now, sail that yacht to Thailand, freaking buy all the little boy girls he wants out for his little fucking sex dungeon, and then he can sail it around for the rest of his life and never run out of fucking money.
Yeah.
But the person who's actually divvying out the product,
who would not have a job,
is paid less than a person needs to simply pay for an apartment.
And the person who's flipping burgers and wrapping them and throwing them out the window wouldn't have the job if it wasn't for that guy.
That's true. They'd be working some other job.
Yeah.
So, but I just don't see why one person has so much and so many people have so little. It just doesn't make sense. You know, it's like the kid's story where like you have some creature like gather all the fruits and berries in the woods, and yeah, they did. But now everyone else is fucking starving while this piece of shit's gorging itself. And I get the story of capitalism. You earn or you have what you make. I'm saying it wrong, but you have something because you've worked hard. I get you're working hard. I think that's awesome. I think that the fact that you're smart and you were lucky enough and you worked hard enough to get that successful, that's great. But don't fucking come to me and say you're a shining star of humanity when you're more than happy to pay your workers so little that they can't fucking survive. That they can't pay for the basic necessities like a fucking house or for food or for electricity or for water or for fucking medicine. And then sit there and be like, oh, yeah, I'm a great human being.
Well, it's like,
let me write a fucking book so people can read about me. Yeah, fuck the families.
Who are you talking about?
No, anybody.
Yeah. It's like
I'm one of those people. I'm fucking barely surviving on basic. I'm not living in a giant fucking house.
Yeah.
I don't have a brand new fucking car. I have a used car that's paid off, that's 10 fucking years old.
Dude, you're preaching to the choir.
Yeah, exactly.
I just think it's fucked up. The Walmart stores that held food drives for their employees.
I know. It's like, why don't you just fucking pay them enough so they can buy food?
Well, I'd like to look at the breakdown of the profit a Walmart store makes in a day and the breakdown of all the money.
Well, because
you know what I'm saying?
I get that. You have the store, you have the requirements financially for the company.
Right.
I get that. But the fucking owner is one of the richest people on the fucking planet. Yeah. And they can't pay their employees a livable wage. Just think about it. I mean, there are companies where the owners have so much money where if they took a percentage of their yearly income and divvied it out to the fucking employees, most of their employees wouldn't be in fucking poverty level anymore.
Right. I'd like to look at those
selfish fucking pigs.
I'm not disagreeing.
That's one reason I hate capitalism. So, but then you got communism, and then.
But at the same time, like anybody who wants to start a business can start a business, which is I wouldn't want to live anywhere else than that. That's nice to know.
Do you know how hard it is to keep a small business going, though?
No.
Like, you gotta have a shit ton of capital to keep a small business going.
Yeah.
Because small businesses are fucking slammed by taxes, whereas large businesses aren't. It's so fucked up that the richer you get, the less taxes you pay.
If you produce something that the market wants, though, you'll do great.
I guess that's true.
Look at this.
Fidget spinner.
Yeah.
So we made a lot of money. For right now. Those things are eventually going to go away, and that person's going to be hopefully smart with their It's like what Pokemon Go was. Remember when we were talking about that? It's fucking blowing up. Now it doesn't fucking exist anymore.
Yeah.
So it's just whatever.
It is whatever. It's fucking weird.
Yeah, Adam West died. Did you hear about that?
Yeah, I don't really know who that is.
Oh, he was the original Batman guy from like 60s and 70s.
Yeah.
It's just another one of those like celebrity died, and he was a staple. It's kind of like when Christopher Reeves died. but I guess Christopher Reeves was more of like a proponent for like handicapped people. He was the guy who played Superman.
Yeah, I know Christopher Reeves is.
You never know, man. You looked at me blank.
Fall off the horse.
So, damn. So
I got a Dear Prudence. We haven't done that in a while.
Yeah, that's
we'll
been a
do
long
that
time.
and then we'll get out of here.
Let's check it out.
It's a good one. All right, dear Mike, I've been dating a fantastic man whom I love for about a year. We're living together and everything has been ideal. Well, almost everything. After listening to a podcast together about a similar subject, he mentioned that he has a box of nude photos of various exes. He said that he doesn't look at the photos, but nonetheless refuses to get rid of them. He knows how uncomfortable it makes me to have these photos in our home, but thinks this is a slippery slope and that next I'll be insisting he get rid of his wedding album and all other remnants of his former relationships. I feel like the naked pics of his exes are more important to him than I am. I do everything in my power to make him comfortable in our relationship, including neglecting a friendship with the guy I used to hook up with. Not only does it offend and sadden me that this box is so meaningful to him, but I'm terrified that I'll accidentally uncover it at some point. Am I just insecure, or is this unacceptable? I'll accidentally uncover it at some point. That bitch is looking for it right now.
Oh, yeah. She's already looked at it. So,
as soon as he got in the shower after that, she was like digging under the bed, in the closet, upstairs, downstairs, running around. Where the fuck is it?
I gotta find it. Girls are fucking great detectives. I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
much.
You're right.
So, she has a couple of options in here. One, it seems like she's already talked to him about it, how uncomfortable it makes him. He knows how uncomfortable it makes me to have these photos. So they've talked about it.
Is it that bad to keep those photos?
No, it's not. It's something he has the right to choose. He doesn't have to get rid of them if he doesn't want to.
No, he doesn't.
They're his personal property. It's something that it's for some reason he keeps to remind him of his past. Why? Whatever, I guess. And the fact that they're nude, I get. It's like a personal Playboy collection of your exes. I mean, yeah. So,
she thinks that like he's not letting go of them.
I guess.
But then she's like,
the fact that he said that he doesn't look at him, that's bullshit. Whatever.
She's like, I feel
probably jerks off to him.
I feel the naked pics of his exes are more important to him than I am.
Mm-hmm.
That's ridiculous.
So
that's ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's ridiculous. That's
I get that you could feel that way, like he's
not getting rid of them because she asked him to.
Right, but obviously, like he's not with these girls anymore.
Yeah,
he's with you.
Yeah,
yeah.
And something about wedding album, like he's divorced.
Yeah.
So no, he shouldn't have to get rid of those.
No.
So I had this situation with my current wife. There was this this picture, caricature that I had done when me and my ex were still together.
Like drawing it apart kind of thing?
Yeah, my oldest boy was really young. And my now wife didn't like that it was hanging in the house. Well, I had it hanging in the house, and we had our boys over. I had my boys over all the time, so they see this.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was really important to me. I liked it, not so much for the
It was hanging on the wall?
Yeah, I put it in the boys' bathroom. So, because we were living in a place where we had 2 bathrooms at the time, and so it was hanging in the boys' bathroom. So when my boys would stay over, he'd be able to see the picture of him and his mom and his dad. So she didn't like it, so I took it down. And then at one point, I actually cut the ex-wife out of the picture. So now it's just me and the boy.
You were drunk.
So no, I wasn't drunk. It was just being weird. We all have the situations where we're like, why did I do that?
I know.
Because I think about it now. I'm like, why the fuck did I just not give it to him and say, go hang this up in your room at your mom's house?
Yeah.
Or just hang it up in his room at our house.
Yeah,
And
I know
then-
what you're talking about.
So, but she was uncomfortable with it. So we handle it in that weird old way instead of just being mature about it, which is like the situation. He doesn't have to get rid of him. It's not like he's hanging him up in the fucking hallway.
He shouldn't have told her about it. That's my first mistake.
No. Well, it's in the house. Eventually, she's going to find him.
Well,
then
you
fucking
need to get it out of the
Boomo.
house. You need to get it out of the
fucking-
house.
keep it at your locker at work. So you're fired for having nudity pictures.
Go
at
get a
work.
storage unit.
So, no. Okay, so this is...
A storage unit she doesn't know about.
This situation has some ways to fix it. So... They're not your property. You guys have been together for a year. You're not fucking married. So you don't have the right to tell him to get rid of them. You have the right to say that they make you uncomfortable and that you prefer that he got rid of them.
Yeah.
But he doesn't have to.
Right.
So he doesn't have to get rid of him just because you're uncomfortable with them. Now,
but she can. I guess she can. She also has the right to break up with him over that.
Exactly. That's what I was getting to. Now you have this point. It's the point of saying, is this relationship worth dealing with this situation? If it's something where eventually you're going to calm down and you just don't care about it, then fuck, well, yeah, move past it.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So the fact that she's comparing these pictures to a relationship with a guy is fucking weird. The fact that she's like, oh, I don't talk to this friend anymore that I used to sleep with. But it's like, no, fuck, that's stupid. That's like, that would only count if he was still hanging out with those exes.
Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
That doesn't count. So your friendship with your former fuck buddy is not important.
Right.
In this scenario. And he had every right to ask you not to hang out with this person who you were sleeping with. But again, it gets to that choice. Is it worth it? If you honestly can't get past the fact that this dude has some nude pictures of his exes, and you've been dating a year, then fucking break up with them. Whatever.
Yeah.
Move on.
Yeah.
And he'll have a picture of you in that box. Just saying.
Yeah.
So,
That's
or
fucking crazy.
you can
That's
move
weird.
past it and just fucking, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
So,
but sometimes you can't. Sometimes you can't move past it. You just get stuck on one thing.
That's like,
you know, like he keeps the old wedding ring kind of thing. He's just like, you just can't get past it, even though you might know that it's just stupid in your head.
Keeping the wedding ring is totally fine. Wearing the wedding ring would be weird.
That'd be weird, yeah.
So that, in my opinion, would be really weird.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, to say that this guy has to get rid of these pictures is bullshit, because you can't. I mean, I'm assuming they're for sexual reasons because they're nude. You know?
Yeah.
They're nude pictures.
It's just memories.
Yeah, it's memories. So it's a spank bank. He literally has a fucking a real life spank bank under his bed.
Yeah, it's great.
So, and you to be like, oh no, you can't have those because it makes me uncomfortable, is just like saying, oh, you can't think of other people.
You can't look at porn.
You can't look at porn.
Yeah.
You can't think of other people in any way, which is complete bullshit because everybody fucking does it.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
it's
insecure.
you have no room to make the decision for him.
It's an insecurity.
Yeah. But you can voice your opinions.
Yeah.
And if you don't want to deal with the situation, then go. So I think she's overreacting.
I think so too.
So.
But I can see how you get hung up on something. It's just like, you know, like on Seinfeld, where like the girl's like using her fork to separate like all the like her peas and her corn and her meat on her plate, like before she eats them, and he just like can't get fucking past it, so he just breaks up with her.
Yeah.
I can see how that
having a Seinfeld moment.
I can see how that happens.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because it happens to me as well.
Yeah.
It's just like I just can't get over it.
Yeah, it's just it eats at you and
Yeah.
just gets at you and just goes and goes and goes.
Yeah, like, why would someone do that?
You know, after saying that, you know, I just put myself in the same shoes. Like, what if
Dude.
Nikki had a photo album or a box of
That'd be weird.
nude pictures of her former lovers?
I feel
Would
like that's
have been
way
able to
weirder
get
for a
past
girl
that?
to do.
Why?
That's just weird. You're gonna keep a bunch of photos of your nude exes as a girl?
Why? Why would it be weird for a girl?
Weird. That's weird.
Why? Because girls can't.
Yeah, I don't know.
It was weird
As a
for me
g-
to think about that, and I thought about the process. I was like, would I, as we were early dating, would I have gotten past that, or would I have said something about it? Because eventually I would have said something about it, and if it's something I couldn't get past, then obviously we would have broken up, or I would have just gotten over it. So
that's a tough one.
The fact, though, that she, like I said earlier, the fact that she compared those pictures to an actual physical relationship with a friend, fucking shows that this girl isn't she's not thinking about the situation.
Gotcha.
From all possible angles. She's just self-centered about it. So, I can't hang out with my friend who I used to sleep with, but he can look at naked pictures of his exes. It's like, you fucking kidding me? He's not hanging out with exes. You're fucking hanging out with your old fuck buddy.
Yeah.
So, you're being weird.
Prudence is like,
what'd she say?
My first question is, why are you doing, quote, everything in your power to make him uncomfortable?
To make him comfortable.
To make him comfortable, including ending a friendship you presumably enjoyed. Making room in our lives for a partner is laudable. Putting their comfort above your own is not. The naked picture stash seems to be a bit of a red herring, a mildly creepy red herring, not to mention weirdly old school, like printed out naked pictures, not just stored somewhere on his phone, but a red herring nonetheless.
Mm-hmm.
The real question is why you're with someone who is so adamant about refusing to compromise with you, while apparently you've bent over backwards to compromise with him. Fuck, dude. These girls just band together.
Yeah, they're just taking him out. Like,
Fuck him. For him to compare a box of nudes to his wedding album is, at the very least, an incredibly dumb analogy.
Yeah.
He had to do something, dude.
There's a pretty significant difference between photos of your wedding day, which has a significant social, emotional, financial, sexual, and physical impact on your life and history, and photos of naked torsos of everyone you've ever slept with.
Oh my god, torsos.
I love how she's like demeaning.
Yeah.
She's demeaning it.
Photos of naked flesh.
Yeah. And she even added sexual into the wedding day photos.
Yeah.
Which has a significantly social, emotional, financial, sexual, and physical impact on your life. Those exes didn't? Okay.
Yeah.
You know. Okay.
Fucking craziness.
No, keep going. I want to hear the rest. When we were down, slept with. It is perhaps telling that he sees this relatively minor request as the beginning of an assault on his autonomy, while you have already taken the initiative to end a friendship just in case it made him uncomfortable. Is everything really ideal between the two of you?
Jesus Christ.
Wow,
that relationship is fucked.
Talk about minimizing the fact of hanging around an old fuck buddy in
Yeah.
a relationship. Yeah, like that's minimalistic, right?
That relationship is done for, right? Yeah. Just with this.
Yeah, they've probably already broken up.
Yeah.
So
guaranteed.
As they should have.
That's easy money right there.
Oh man, you gotta find me harder ones.
That was a good one.
What's the hardest one you've ever dropped on me?
I have no idea.
We'd have to go back through them. I remember there was one that I was really like, wow, like that's hard stuff.
Yeah.
We're all just trying to live our lives. Adulting sucks.
Yeah, it does.
So.
Episode 56 of the show. We'll be back at some point next week or the week after or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Take it easy,
good
everyone.
stuff.
Yeah, it's a good time.
Summertime.
Enjoy the summer.
Yes.
Do something nice for somebody.
There you go. Bye, everybody.